Roy here, and I just want to take a moment. This could be the most important time in your life to get some real information on financial independence. Now, if that's important to you. And this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not an overnight thing. It's about a step-by-step process using natural laws and a real process that you can follow that beginners, people who are very advanced would find this valuable. Financial independence is such an interesting thing and such a paradigm for most people, and yet it's one of the simplest things in the world. It's to be able to do what you want when you want, with whom you want, and to be able to have real choices in your life. We're all clear that money doesn't bring us happiness, it just brings us choices. These choices are important. There are 4 magic things that are required to be in this place. Number 1, you really got to create those income streams. Income is very, very important. Number 2, you've got to be able to deal with your debt. You've got to be able to deal with your expenses. And number 3, you've got to build assets that can actually create more income. And then lastly, we build a financial fortress. Let me explain this to you real quick. Income, 5 of them, one of which is not even your job. Most people working in jobs is fine, but most people don't even like their job. What it's really about, it's about creating incomes that leverage your time, leverage your money, leverage your life. Now, how does that happen? Sounds like, is it kind of one of those scam things? No, it's just about using natural laws. And it's about leveraging things that relate to, say, property. We use property as an example. Now, be real clear, we don't sell property to our clients. We have no conflict of interest. We show people how to get into the property market using $1, using $1,000. In fact, $10,000 to us is a lot of money. So we obviously use a different paradigm, a whole different plan. So you're going to find this out by coming along to a session. We're going to have 30 people come. We're in your town, and that's why I'm doing this. This is special for you. So if this is valuable, then you'll turn up. And I'm recommending you turn up with your partner or a friend or whoever you want to work with. Second thing is to create a process where you minimize your debt. And I'm not talking about doing it, real slow. I'm talking about some big hits here, and I'll explain that perhaps a little more detail. However, there is a process that needs to be dealing with it in a very clear manner so that you know that you've got absolute certainty about your expenses and you've got your credit rating and you've got your debts handled. That's a process. Third thing, assets. Assets can create income. Assets can leverage your life. Assets, by controlling them, which is more important than ownership, can make such a difference. Whether we use property, whether we use a business, whether we use shares, whether we use a super fund, whether a whole range of things. And you might be sitting there saying, well, I don't know how to do all those things, and I understand that. Some people have tried it. Some people have got negative gearing working. Some people have got different things happening. That doesn't work too well. So that really leads us to the 4th thing, your financial fortress. Now, what does that mean? Your financial fortress is to create your kind of end result. It's a fortress where you are financially free. And that's $1 million to $2 million in residential property, depending where you live. $1 million to $2 million in commercial property, what a thought. $1 million to $2 million in a super fund because of tax purposes and protection. And then ultimately a protected portfolio with a $200,000-300,000 income. Now, I use that as a guide. It's a very simple thing. It's not complicated. It's $3 to $6 million, and that's your retirement plan. It doesn't take $100 million, but I can assure you it often takes a lot more than what's in your super fund or what's in some people's super fund. And I want you to think about that. If your job stopped today, if you don't have a job, if you don't have a business that's working, then you should be concerned. But more importantly, what's your strategy to make it work for you? Money doesn't come to chaos. It's looking for a strategy. For the last 50 years I've been doing this, and I use natural laws to do it. We've got some extraordinary examples, people who've done really, really amazing success stories. I'm going to share these stories with you in my book, $1 to $1 million in 7 years or less. Also, I'm going to give you excerpts of my Millionaire's Mentor book. I'm the oldest one here, that's why they made me the centre of this book. And a lot of the people in here are clients of mine. So I've helped people, ordinary people just like you, successful people who are doing better, raising their standards, and you've got an opportunity to come along. Now, we have limited spaces. But for this ignition program, we're going to charge you $20. It's actually $17 and $3 for your partner. And you'll walk away with a plan. More importantly, not only a plan, you've got this. This is Ignite Your Success. This is a little VIP special thing because it's only for VIPs. You're going to get my downloads of my book. You're going to get downloads of time management system. You're going to have in here Richest Man in Babylon, Strangest Secret, and a lot of other things. And my book, plus I'm going to sign it for you. Now, this workbook is part of what we're going to go through, and it's really about three things. Number one, where are you? And that is your magic 7 things: your income, your assets, your cash, your credit facilities, redraw, your super fund, your tax position, and of course your credit. Now, all of that is part of a where are you? And with that comes, and where do you want to go? Number 2, where do you want to go? What is it you want to actually have as your plan? And of course, number 3 is my problem, my job, if you like. How do I get there with ease and grace? How do I do it with the shortest time, minimum risk, maximum profit, least cash in? So that's the plan, and that's what you'll walk away with. So join me in one of these little times that we get together now. Click now if this is valuable to you and find out where we can meet and how we can get together. There are a lot of resources we're going to give you. There will be things that will really leverage not only your life, it will help you with your family as well. 20% of what I deal with is emotional fitness. In other words, the ability to be able to move forward where you are and to really raise those standards and have a different outcome. The second thing, though, 80% of what I talk about is how to. That is the content of financial intelligence. And I know this is not taught in school. And I've been to many programs. I do lots of programs. I've been doing this for years and years. I get outcome, real outcome. Not talking about it in theory. We do this. I have 69 businesses myself. Last year, we think we did about 50 million in turnover. We have offices in Sydney and Melbourne and in the Gold Coast here in relation to the accounting practice that I'm involved with. So this is not something that we've just done recently. And in terms of property transactions, I do property transactions every month. In terms of the business activities that I've got to think about, that you need to think about, is where do you get the money and how do people joint venture with you? You've got to think about things like, how do I get my marketing? How do I go digital? You've got to think about things like, how do I do the accounting? Things that most people don't do. And it's not like you have to. The truth is you don't have to do it all yourself, however you must lead it. And that leadership is in a decision right now. The leadership of making a decision to have exactly what you want. So if this is valuable, if I'm talking the truth to you, if this is something that you want, press the button and join us. You'll spend $20, and from there we could build something really valuable. As I say, limited. This is going to fill up. I've already got, I think, 20 odd people already on this program. So I've probably got 10 seats left. So, and that's 5 couples. So get onto this now, get it happening. Look forward to seeing you. And bring your greatest dreams with you. Bring everything that you want for your life. And I'll just leave you with one thought. If you've got a better plan after you think what I've just shared with you and you don't think that's worthwhile for you, I'll give you your $20 back. But more importantly, I'd like to know your strategy if you've got a better one. I have a strategy that works, it's consistent, it's got outstanding results, and all it takes is someone to participate in this. That's all. Very simple. But also, let me share with you that a lot of people fail at the participation level because they get scared or they get a bit out of their comfort zone or whatever. It's not difficult, but it can be a little uncomfortable. That's okay. Just new skills you've got to learn. So look forward to seeing you. Bring your questions along. Press the button, get one of our coaches to have a talk to you and join up. Look forward to catching up. Till then, God bless you.